Hey guys, how's it going? Today I'm going to take you through just a cool little macro that I use quite a bit. It's kind of more aesthetic than really functional, but it's kind of a cool little tool that I have for communicating with some coworkers and employees. And what it is a welcome message, or any kind of message that you want to convey when somebody opens your workbook. This is for if you have different users using the same workbook. Like if you come in and you've got different users logging onto the computer and opening a workbook. I use this to convey messages to the users. So right now what we're going to do, we just got it set up as just a welcome message. It's just going to say welcome to the workbook whenever we open it up. These right here are just example usernames. Now these are the usernames people would use to log on to a computer. Excel has the ability to recognize who is logged onto the computer. It can recognize the username that is being used on the computer at that time. Okay. Now right here, I'm just on my personal laptop, and these are just example usernames here. So it's the username that I'm using right now on my laptop isn't on this list. So this is going to show you how this welcome message works. I have it set up to where anytime a new user gets into the workbook, it will recognize that and add that username to the list. Okay. And I also have it set up to where it marks in column B whether or not that user has seen the welcome message or not. So what's going to happen is whenever I log onto my computer and I open this workbook with this username that's not on the list, it will add my username to the list and then mark in column B with a 1 that I've seen the welcome message. Then the next time I open this workbook under that username, because I've got a 1 marked there, it won't show me the welcome message. I typically have it set up like that on workbooks that I use for work. So because I use this thing as kind of an updates type message. So if I've got a workbook that we use and I've made updates to it or changes or whatever, then then I use this to show, okay, these are the updates and this is what's changed, and it's a way for me to communicate that stuff to my coworkers and my employees. So because of that, I don't want my employees to get on the computer and open the workbook and have to see the same updates message every time. So by clicking OK and having a marker in column B, then it knows, okay, this employee has seen this message. He doesn't need to see it again. Then whenever I go and I make more updates or more changes and I want the people to, I want my coworkers to see the message again, I'll just go in and clear column B so that the next time they log on, it doesn't show a 1 there. Okay, so I'll show how that works right here. So, but typically in my workbooks that I use this in, this is I'll have the workbook and then all the sheets and data and everything, but all this data is on a hidden worksheet, hidden and locked so that nobody can see it or change it. And so it's really nice because it all happens in the background, behind the curtains. And so like I said, it's just a real simple, kind of a neat little tool that I use to communicate with some of my coworkers. Anyways, I'll show you how this works right here. I'm going to go ahead and close out of the workbook and then reopen it. And we'll see how it adds my username that I'm using right now to the list. and then once I click OK that I've seen the message, it will mark that I've seen it. Okay? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and reopen it now. Open. Okay, so as you'll notice, it added my username from my laptop into the list of usernames. And so next time it will see that I'm already there, and it won't have to update the list. But every time a new user tries to open the workbook, it will add the username to the list. Okay, now you'll see that in column B, next to my username, it's still blank because I have it set up to mark that cell whenever I click OK. So it says welcome to the workbook. Now just for this example, I'm using C1 as my message, so it's just going to show me whatever is in C1, but I can have it set up to say whatever I want from whatever source I want, and so it makes it kind of nice. Like I said, I can have a whole list of updates. I can even have it trigger a full user form where, for example, at work I have a workbook that whenever it pops up a user form, and it's basically a full walkthrough, step-by-step walkthrough of every change that I've made, you know, because it's so complex. And so you can have it trigger just about anything, but this, we're just keeping it simple for today. Welcome to the workbook. Okay, I'm going to click OK, and now I've got the indicator here saying that I've seen that message. So now I'm going to show you, I know I've explained it, but I'm just going to show you that because of this indicator next to my username, next time I open the workbook, it won't show me the message. So I'm going to go ahead and save that and close it again, and then I'm going to open it. So it opens the workbook, and the message didn't pop up because I have the indicator in column B next to my username. And that's the same for everything. Now, like I said, if I want to change the message, let's say I've got on my workbook, I've made some changes, so I want to update my message so that everybody sees it again. I get on my worksheet that's got my list here, and I clear out all the ones. So now it looks to see who has seen the new message. Okay, so I'll show you right now. Let me save it and close, and then I will open. Okay, so now because I cleared the ones, it's showing me the new message. Okay, like I said, this message box shows me whatever is in C1. Okay, and I click OK, and it does the same thing. So it's kind of a cool little tool that I use. Like I said, it kind of helps with communication, because there's sometimes I'm not able to see or talk to a coworker before they're able to get on and in the workbook and, you know, notice any changes or updates or anything that has to be done different. It's just kind of a cool little communication tool, so that I use. So I hope that gives you an idea, and, you know, maybe gives you an idea of something that you can do for anything that you're working on, any projects that you've got, or something. Hopefully this helps you and gives you some ideas. Anyways, thanks for watching.